Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing tonight? It is 10:53 and the wind has died down in Indianapolis. I'm not watching the Oscars because Tanya Jean is still visiting her family. So I'm recording them and then I'm gonna go home after I get done vlogging and I'm gonna watch them and sit down so I can like fast forward through the advertisements and stuff. So I've been trying to, how do I open this lip balm? I've been trying to stay off the internet so I don't see stuff. What is this? Oh, it's the end of my battery. So yeah, so I've been trying to stay offline so I don't see like who wins and all that kind of stuff. This is, okay, this is lip pumper, but it'll do. How are you guys today? So I'm doing laundry too, which is why I have on this sweatshirt. So I'm gonna go back and finish my laundry and all that. But I got up today and Alex was feeling better. He's still sick, but like his cough is not as bad. He had me go get him some Mucinex. And we went to brunch. I wasn't really hungry at brunch today. It was interesting. Like I ate my omelet. But I didn't eat my whole bagel, and I didn't eat my potatoes, and I didn't bring them home. I usually bring home what I didn't eat, but I didn't today. And then, let's see what else. And then we came home, and then I talked to Mel. Hey, Mel! Talked to Mel on the phone for a little bit, and then I came home, and we did the live stream for In Cold Blood, which I thought went really well. It was a fun live stream. The book club live streams are always really fun. You should come in and check it out sometime if you haven't. Now March's live stream is going to be at a different time and date because I'm going to be, well, I'll actually probably be at Ultra Music Festival when we usually have them. We usually have them the last Sunday of every month. So I don't know. We're either going to have to do it like the week before or after, but the week after, is when I'll be flying home. So I don't know that I can do it that Sunday either. We'll figure it out. Mel and I texted me after the live stream. Was like, we've still got to figure out when we're going to do that. So we'll have to figure that out. So yes, we did the live stream and that was fun. And then I went and ran a bunch of errands. I got Alex's Mucinex and came back. What did I do after that? I feel like I went and did something because that got done at 5. Went to Meijer. I got some of those Neutrogena hydrating face masks. I haven't used those in a long time and I like those. Did something else. What did I do? Talked on the phone for a little bit. My life is so exciting. I mean, it really is. Yeah, I don't really remember. Laid down a little bit tonight. Alex he's watching the Punisher. I don't know, I've never heard of it. It's some TV show, and he was watching that downstairs. So I laid down with Pee-Pee and Boo Radley for a little bit. Tucker stayed downstairs with his dad. Yeah, and that was about that. It was a good day. Good relaxing day. It was really, really windy and cold. So it was 61 last night when I started my vlog. It's 23 degrees right now. And that is totally winter in Indiana. Like it goes from, you know, being crazy warm one day to freezing the next to cold, and then tomorrow it could be 55. Who knows? You know what it's supposed to be like. So somebody said in the live stream or maybe in a comment on the vlog that they're in Michigan and they're getting a lot of snow, or we haven't gotten any snow here, and I don't know that we're supposed to get any snow. So I don't know when the next time it is that it's supposed to snow. It was so funny. Somebody commented on my vlog. Now, I sing this song, like, dream, 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 dream. I sing that on my vlog from time to time. I don't know who it was that commented this. I'm sorry. I was going to, like, remember your name and say it on here. But they said that they had been singing it the day before at the exact same, like they went back and they were like, I wonder if he was like singing it at the exact same time that I was singing it, which would have been really strange. Can you imagine the world's lining up? Okay, so people were talking about astral projection. I don't know if that's what I'm talking about or not, that I was talking about in my vlog the other day. What I was talking about was like, maybe it is called astral projection, but like when you lay in your bed and then you like come out of, you could like, it's like when people say that they're like, you know, they're like looking at their body when they're like on the ceiling and they're looking down on their body, and then they can like go out of the room and they can like go to all different kinds of places. I think what Shirley MacLaine talked about was astral projection, but I don't know what that's called that I'm talking about. Is that called astral projection? I don't know. I don't know if I believe in it or not. But I will tell you one thing I believe in is that I'm glad that the month of In Cold Blood is done. I'm ready to read about something else. We were talking today, and oh my God, it was so crazy in a live stream about what we were going to read. And because Mel and I had talked about reading that Killer Clown book about John Wayne Gacy, and I was like, do you guys want to read about John Wayne Gacy? And quite frankly, Mel and I have kind of kept it not so serial killer-ish because we thought there were a lot of people that didn't want to read that stuff. But as soon as I mentioned John Wayne Gacy, like all of these people were like, yes, 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 I want to read about John Wayne Gacy. So we're going to do John Wayne Gacy. These are some of the other people that we're going to do this year. John Wayne Gacy. We're going to do a book about Ed Gein at some point. Maybe Albert Fish. I think that's his name. My windshield is so dirty. We're going to do The Good Nurse because I've had that recommended to me by so many people. And then Son of Sam, Zodiac Killer. We're going to pick a female serial killer. I wrote down like 5 names today that people suggested in the live stream. So we're going to do like some kind of female serial killer. I'd like to read something by Eileen Wuornos, but not by her, but about her. But I know so much about her that I don't know, like, really, you know. I guess they don't have to be, like we were talking about, like, they don't have to be serial killers. They can just be crimes, you know. But I don't know that there's a good book on Eileen Wuornos either. I think there's one just called Eileen. The documentaries are fantastic if you've ever seen the documentaries. We're also going to start doing every month a documentary, and it may not be about what we're reading. I keep on looking at this sweatshirt. Tanya and I have the exact same sweatshirt. This is so funny. So I got this sweatshirt at Meijer. I actually have it in 2 different colors. I think the other one's kind of like a peachy color. Is it a peachy color? Or is it a gray color and it has peach on it? I can't remember. But anyway, well, this is peach. So, no, the sweatshirt's not peach. I don't know. This is blue. I think the other one's gray. Oh, the other one's gray and has green on it, like a minty green. But I think that's the one that we both have. Maybe she has both of them. I don't know. But anyway, so I came to pick her up for our meeting one night, and I had gone to Meijer the night before and bought this. And she came out, she had the exact same sweatshirt on. We went to the meeting with the exact same sweatshirt. This was months ago. Well, probably a year ago. I probably had this sweatshirt for over a year now. But anyway, so yeah, so those are some of the people that we're gonna read about. I would love to read about Herb Baumeister, and talk about like my experiences going out to that house and stuff like that, which is kind of right up here. But there aren't really any good books about it. So I guess he wasn't interesting enough. I mean, there's like 1 or 2 little books about him, but there's not like enough, you know, that, which is really interesting because when you watch the documentaries about him, like his mental history past is very interesting. Mental illness history is very interesting to read about, or hear about. Like they talk a lot about it in one of the, I don't think that's The Haunting of Fox Hollow Farms. I think that's just some like A&E documentary that I watched that you can watch on, there's tons of like documentary things about Herb Baumeister on YouTube. The Haunting of Fox Hollow Farms is actually like the first newer thing that I watched. The A&E investigative reports that's on there, it's the actual one that I watched years ago. When my roommate and I watched it, it was like right after he got caught and stuff. And I can remember us like sitting in the living room and we were watching it because we used to watch investigative reports a lot. There was one on baby beauty pageants that I was like, I thought it was just so intriguing. Bill Curtis do you guys remember that? He used to host that show. It was so good. He would stand in the middle of the floor. But anyway, I can remember that we were sitting in our living room and of our apartment that we shared, and we were watching it, and they like referred to this club in the documentary, or in the A&E thing, Our Place, or OPs, and they like showed these like lights that were supposed to be like the dance floor or whatever, and we were both like, oh my god, that's OPs. It's called Greg's now. I don't know what they call it in the documentary. Maybe it was called Greg's then, and now it's called Our Place. I can't remember. Well, back then it would have been called Our Place, because we called it OP. It's like Our Place, OPs. And I think now it's called Greg's, because I think Greg is like one of the owners or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I haven't been there in years. That's all I know. I haven't been to a gay bar in Indianapolis, and I don't know how long. A lot of them closed up in Indianapolis. It's really kind of sad, honestly. Like, when I was going out back in the day, there were tons in Indianapolis. Now, there aren't. And there's one in downtown Indianapolis called Teeny that Alex goes to quite a bit. It's like loungy. I guess they have a dance floor upstairs. I've never been there. And he goes with friends sometimes, but not very often. It just isn't the same scene that it was back then, you know? My hand is healing, but now my fingernail hurts because I like pulled, did I talk about that on last night? Like I like bit the side of my nail. It's like been killing me all day long. I took fingernail clippers and clipped it so it would like not like hang out and I'd play with it, but it's like, oh, it's like hurting me. Have you ever seen somebody like lose a fingernail or a toenail? Oh my god, that like hurts me just to even see it on somebody else. So yes, we made it through 2 months so far of the true crime, and next month we are reading, I think it's called A Serial Killer's Daughter. I think her last name is Rawlings or something, and it's the BTK killer's daughter. Somebody said in the live stream tonight that it was like really religious. I don't have a problem with that kind of stuff. That doesn't bother me. I mean, I don't like it when it's like preachy, but I mean, if it's from somebody's personal point of view, like I'm totally fine with that. Maybe that's just from me, you know, having heard so many leads and recovery, you know, where people talk a lot about their higher power, their spiritual beliefs and things like that. But I don't know. As long as somebody else's religion isn't hurting me, I'm pretty respectful of other people's, you know, religious or spiritual beliefs or lack thereof as well. I think everybody has a right to believe something. And, you know, when I was growing up, I think it comes from that a lot, you know, that my parents were always very, like, I mean, I grew up going to church and all that kind of stuff and was confirmed in a church and did confirmation classes. God. I can remember sitting in there in those confirmation classes and filling out those little books about Bible stories and stuff. I was so bored. But, and I was an acolyte in my church. Can you believe that? But anyway, but like when anything I had interest in, like if it was like tarot cards or whatever, as long as it was something that was like, and they would look into it first, or like Buddhism, like I always wanted to read a lot about Buddhism, as long as it was something that was positive, you know, and it wasn't like dark magic or something, you know, something real negative. Like my parents really didn't have a problem with it. They were like, yeah, like, I mean, if you want to look into it. I think their open-mindedness to it, and, you know, it's very much like the kid in the candy store, you know, that walks by and they, you know, or they're told they can't go look at anything or whatever, you know. I think that my parents were really good with that kind of stuff as far as like, you know, but also having the discussion about it, like sitting there, and if I had an interest in like, you know, Buddhism, like sitting there and having conversations with me about it, not just, oh yeah, go do whatever you want to do. Like, you know, they would sit there and, you know, read it. It was interesting because, you know, like when all the movie stars got really interested in Kabbalism, I kind of started reading a bit about that. I don't know that even to this day I really understand a lot of it. But, you know, it's this mystical side of Judaism is what I understand. And, you know, my mom worked, before I was born, she worked in this, Hebrew school in Chicago. And I mean, it was an Orthodox Hebrew school, and she was the only Gentile that had ever worked there. And she, like, all the girls and boys were separated, and she worked with the girls. Like, she was a school teacher for the girls. And she said, you know, like, almost all of the parents had concentration camp numbers on their arms. And like, till her last year, like, she would talk about it and what a profound experience that was for her, and, you know, like, just all that she learned about it, and, you know, how welcoming they were to her, even though her religious beliefs were so completely different. And that, you know, like, she would, like, want to make cookies or something, and, like, two of the mothers would, like, come over, like, to her apartment or to the school or something. I can't remember how it would happen, but they would, like, wash, like, all the dishes in a certain way and all the pans, because it had to be, like, kosher, and how they made the things. And my mom would talk about that to, like, I mean, it was called Beishakov, I think. She has pictures, or I have her pictures of her in the basement with like tons of pictures from her at the school, and she would remember, like, all the girls' names, and she remembered the parents and stuff, and all the stories, and they would tell her all the stories about, you know, like, my mother was always very interested in that, like, the whole, like, the Holocaust stories. And it's interesting to me when people say that they don't believe that ever happened. I'm like, you know, there are people out there that don't believe that the Holocaust happened, right? It's like the same conspiracies that have, like, that they filmed the moon landing. And I'm kind of surprised more of this didn't come out with that First Man movie coming out, but that the moon landing, you know, was all filmed in, like, a stage in Hollywood. When I was growing up, my mom would tell me all those stories, you know, and of the survivors. And there was a couple times, I feel like, that we went and heard survivors speak and tell their stories at Butler University here in town. And then my mom used to always go to these, like, speaking, she and her close friend at the time, they would go to these, like, speaking, like, they would have, like, once a month somebody come in and speak at Butler University. And they would, like, pack these rooms, and a couple times I went when I was older. But and then this girl that I know, Tanya's actually really good friends with her too. She her grandmother was a concentration camp survivor, and I heard her speak, and her story was super powerful. I mean, she literally lost everybody. Everybody she lost. And yeah, so sad. I don't even, you know, it's weird, like, now that we're coming up on, like, being, like, 100 years, it seems so weird, doesn't it, that we're coming up on being, like, 100 years away from that? I mean, that was, like, in the 40s, right? So, my dad was born in 40, and his dad was in World War II at the time when that would have been going on, so it would have been, like, sometime between 40 and 42. I'm not great with history, and I'm definitely not great with dates. But, you know, I mean, it's weird to think that we're 20 years out from, like, 100 years of that happening. It's like, I feel like in some ways, like, we're starting to forget the things that have happened historically, you know, and, like, the impact that they, like, our near future, our near past, and the impact that it's, you know, had on us, and how we're changed people as a result of it, and maybe in ways that we don't even know, you know? I had no idea what I was going to talk about in this vlog, and look, now I'm 19 minutes into it, and I'm talking about all of this. But I also remember my mom went, I didn't go to this, but they taped it, and I listened to it later. Sister Helen Prejean, who was, I think she may have written the book. She wrote Dead Man Walking, which they made into a movie with Sean Penn and Susan Sarandon. Susan Sarandon played Sister Prejean, I don't know, in the book, or in the movie, and Sean Penn played the killer. And it was about, like, you think through the whole movie that it's about him, like, like she's trying to help him like be pardoned or get out of it. But that's really has nothing to do with it at all. It's really about like what is redemption and what is forgiveness. And it's such a great movie. It's you talk about a dark movie. It's a dark movie. Sean Penn is kind of like an underrated actor. Like, what has happened to him? I haven't, like, has he done anything lately? I think Sean Penn is good looking too. These houses are so cute through here. Since it's Oscar night, I should talk about some of my favorite movies of life that have won Oscars and some of my favorite Oscar moments. I remember when Hilary Swank won for Boys Don't Cry, my mother and I both about lost our minds, came out of the seats. We were so excited. So back in the day, this is the thing, like, I don't, like Alex tonight, he was being so sweet. He was making like French fries. He had like got French fries, like frozen French fries, you know, like the ones that look like they're from Chick-fil-A, that are like the waffle fries and burritos. And he was like, do you want me to make you some, he was like, do you want some fries for the Oscars? And I was like, no. And I said, I think I'm gonna go upstairs and lay down. And that was at like, oh, that's what I did. It was earlier. It was like 7:30. And I didn't watch the red carpet or anything. And he goes, what's wrong? He was like, you don't want to watch the Oscars? And I go, can you record them for me? I go, I think I might want to watch them later. And he was like, okay. He was like, do you not want to watch them? And I was like, yeah, I don't really feel like it right now. I kind of hoped that Tanya would be back in time to watch them. And, but she wasn't. And so, like, I didn't just want to sit there in a chair by myself and get, you know, block cheese like my mom and I used to do back in the day and watch. I just didn't want to do it. Like, I didn't, sometimes I think people will understand what I mean by this. I mean, I think there's some people out there that will really get this. Sometimes to recreate things that my mom and I did together, but then to do it alone, like, this is why I believe in changing traditions sometimes. That sometimes it's sadder for me to do it than to not do it at all. You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't feel it this year. And I hadn't seen a lot of the movies, so my investment wasn't as high, but I don't know. I was kind of sad about it for a little bit. Like, he turned it on and I could hear the red carpet in the background because I was like walking upstairs, and then I got into bed with the dogs, and he was like recording it for me, and I got kind of sad for a minute, you know, but I was like, you know what, there'll be other Oscar parties, there'll be other years, I hope, you know, I hope. I don't know, I just didn't want to sit there by myself and watch it, you know what I mean? I thought about maybe doing like a live stream while I watched it, but that's like a 3-hour live stream, so I could have done it. That would have maybe been kind of fun. I had a blast doing the live stream last night. I don't think it even affected me until I got up today. I was like, that was really fun last night, reading the magazines and stuff. But anyway, so back in the day, I would go over to my mom's house. I get there like a half an hour before like the red carpet started, and then, you know, she would make a pot of coffee in the percolator. It's time for the percolator. Oh, I didn't even talk about this on here. Okay, so if you didn't figure it out, I deleted the first 2 clips of the vlog last night. So this is what happened. Are you ready? Steady. Okay, so I had 4 clips. The first, oh, it's gonna stop. Hold on a second. The first clip was literally 2 minutes of Tanya and I in the car. We had just gone to the grocery store, and we went there to get Pringles because Eric, her husband, wanted Pringles. So it's us doing the duck lips with the Pringles in the car. And then what had happened last night at the grocery store was that I got this song stuck in my head because of the live stream from last night. So when I was like in the grocery store, I kept on saying to Tanya, hey Tanya, do you know what time it is? And she'd look at her, you know, phone or whatever, and she'd say, it's such and such time. I go, it's time for the percolator. And so I did it to her like 3 or 4 times in the store, and she thought it was so stupid. Well, but then she started laughing, and at this one point I said like, hey Tanya, what time is it? And she goes, it's time for, she was doing like the Cabbage Patch in the aisleway. So we were laughing so hard. There were like these kids in there looking at us. They thought we were so stupid. It was like midnight. So anyway, we got to the counter, to like the self-checkout, and the guy, there was like this older guy working there, and he was like real sour, and like real sour with like Tanya about like her check, because she was asking him for some help checking out. And so like when he started walking away, I was like, excuse me sir, do you know what time it is? Tanya lost it. She busted out laughing, and he goes, yeah, it's 12:04. And I turned to Tanya, and she's shaking her head, and I go, oh, it's 12:04. And she goes, why'd you ask him? And I go, I thought it was time for the percolator. It was so funny. So anyway, that was clip number 1. Clip number 2 was me driving from, ow, I just bit the side of my mouth. That hurt so bad. Me driving from Tanya's home, okay? Well, what I didn't realize when I was sitting there, because I was like at my computer and I was like looking at my videos and blah, 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 whatever, was that I like was going through my camera and I like I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about it until I got home later and started uploading the vlog. And I went in there, when you go through your camera, it's like, and I do this like every day because I have like 2 memory cards that I go back and forth and use. So I just go in and I just clean out the whole thing. Well, when I was sitting there, I like went through and I just like, it's like erase all images, and I erased all images and like went on about my business, didn't think anything about it. And then I got out to my car and, you know, brought my camera with me and started vlogging again. And I really want a glass of water. Can I have a glass of water, please? I really want a bottle of water. I think I'm gonna go to the gas station here in a second. My gas is a little low too. Maybe I'll get $20 of gas. But anyway, so I vlogged all that stuff, just assuming that it was still there. And then I got home and there was 2 clips on my phone or on my camera. And I was like, what the hell did I do? And I had deleted those 2 clips. So that's what had happened to the 2 clips. So, sorry. We'll do the duck lips for you again sometime. That looks like Valerie's car, but it's not. Do you ever think you see somebody that you know, but then you realize it's not who you thought it was? And that looks like Lori's car. Probably everybody's going to the casino. Not me tonight. It's time for the percolator. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit of gas, and then I'm gonna get a bottle of water or something to drink, maybe a Gatorade, and I will be back in just 2 and 2. All right, I'm back. So it is, do you know what time it is? Well, it's not just time for the percolator. You guys, I was trying to keep this a secret. Oh my God. Okay, so I just cannot keep a secret. I am not good at keeping secrets. I am like, if somebody's having a surprise birthday party, I am no good at it, okay? When people are like, I'm always like, I have to show up late, or I'll be like, wanting to tell somebody because I get so excited about it. But I was sitting in there thinking, and I was like, by the time they're watching this, they'll probably know anyway, so it's not like that big of a deal because I'll have posted on Instagram or Twitter. You guys are like, oh, you won an Oscar? I did. I won an Oscar. No. But by the time that you are watching this, I will be in Los Angeles. I'm going back to Los Angeles. I fly out at 6:50, I think, a.m. I just looked at my boarding pass. I'm very nervous about this. I know it's stupid that I'm nervous, but it'll give me something to talk about in the vlog tonight that I haven't talked about because I was keeping it secret. I wanted it to be like such a surprise. I wanted to get in my vlog and be like, hey guys, I'm back, I'm in LA. And I was gonna call it, I'm in LA or back in LA or something like that, because I wanted people to be like real surprised by it, you know what I mean? So I just checked my boarding pass and it boards at, 6 hours and 47 minutes it boards, and I haven't even finished packing yet, okay? My laundry is in the dryer right now, and it's on time. It boards at 6:20 a.m. So Alex is not going with me this time. He can't because of work. He's got like some serious meetings this week. And I am going out there to meet up with somebody that you guys will probably know in the next vlog because I'll, showing it. But anyway, it's probably not somebody that it's not like Trisha or Shane or anybody like that. It's not anybody that anybody would expect, but it's somebody that I've become good friends with and I'm very, very excited about meeting, that I don't really talk about having become friends with, and they have really indirectly reignited like a lot of passion for me in doing this and made me look at it in a different way, and just such a kindred soul, and I love their energy, and my mother would absolutely love them. In fact, that's what Tanya said when because Tanya's watched a lot of their videos, and when I said I was going out there and we're gonna meet up and whatever, and Tanya was like, oh my God, your mother, you know, would be obsessed. So, I know you guys are gonna wanna know who it is. You're gonna have to wait. I'm gonna keep some secrets, but I'm very excited about it. And so I fly out tomorrow morning, and then I get in, like 9 a.m. or something like that. And then I'm there Monday, Tuesday, and then I fly out Wednesday. And I know this is totally corny, but the thing I'm most excited about is sitting in the hotel room and like getting some food and like watching movies. There's not like a whole lot that I want to do in LA. Like I was talking to Alex about it today, and he was like, why don't you go do a bunch of stuff? Now tomorrow when I get there, because I think it's gonna be too early to check in, I'm gonna leave my luggage at the hotel. I'm not staying at the same place that we stayed before. That was a little pricey. So I'm still staying in a nice hotel, and it's real cute, and it's got a little, I'll show it tomorrow. I'll do a little hotel tour. So anyway, but first of all, I haven't gone on a vacation or flown anywhere, taken an Uber. I mean, I took Ubers by myself in LA, but like checked in at the hotel, checked in at the airport. I haven't done any of that by myself in 10 years. Like literally, Alex and I have traveled, like he's taken quite a few trips by himself, like to go see Sarah or business trips and things like that, but I haven't taken one trip by myself in 10 years. In 10 years, okay? So I'm kind of weird about that, number one. Number two, I haven't flown by myself in 10 years and any of that kind of stuff. He was like helping me like check in. I just got my TSA pre-check. You guys, I'm so excited about it. So I think I talked about it on here. I went and I got my TSA pre-check, and literally that same week, I got the email saying that it had been approved. So I was really excited about that. So I don't have to wait in the TSA pre-check anymore. But I'm kind of a little like, I'm excited about it, but I'm a little nervous about it at the same time. Like Alex is like, don't you think it'll be good for you to like be independent? I'm like, well, I was pretty independent before. Like, I mean, before I met Alex, I flew all the time by myself and, you know, planned my own, I mean, I planned this whole trip myself, but like, you know, going places and doing stuff. But so we were talking at brunch today, and he was like, which it's probably good that, I mean, we tried to make it so that he could go, but like business-wise, he would have had to move like heaven and earth to like do it. He was like, just go, I'll take care of the dogs. That way we don't have to board the dogs again and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay. So, he was like, well, what are you going to do while you're out there? And I was like, I don't know. I reached out to my friend. Her brother lives in LA, and I know him really well too. I know the whole family, and she's like a friend of mine that's sober. She's been in vlogs of mine. She's like, she and Tanya and I are like the three friends that were together. Well, her brother lives in LA, and so I reached out to him. I was like, hey, you want to go out to dinner or like hang out, whatever. Well, he is busy until Wednesday, and he can't, so I can't meet up with him. And I don't really know anybody else out there but my friend Allie, and she's super busy. So I don't really have, hey, I'm a YouTuber and I'm showing up in LA. I got all these people to hang out with. I mean, it's not like that, you know, I just don't. So, and I'm not great about reaching out to people. Like I've tried to kind of do more of that, especially like in the YouTube world, but it's not like how people think it is. It's not like you reach out to somebody and they're like, yeah, let's meet, you know, whatever, and stuff like that. I will tell you what's really interesting about the whole thing is that, like, just because I want people to really know what she's like behind the scenes, I think, you know, back in the day, I made quite a few drama videos about Shannon Rose. And so, you know, Shannon and I had some conversations about it, and she said, I know your sense of humor, and I think you're funny, but I'm going through some really serious stuff right now, and the stress is too much. And I said, girl, I don't have to make another video about you ever again, right? And so I didn't. And Shannon and I have become friends. And, I mean, not close friends, but like, you know, friendly towards each other, nice, and, you know, we'll DM each other and whatever. And so I had reached out to her the last time that I was in LA, and I knew she lived close, but I didn't realize that she didn't live that close. So there might be a chance that she and I get a meet up for this, which, you know, we'll see. But, you know, I just think it's kind of cool that, like, we got to work through all that kind of stuff, you know, and I don't know. She's very nice. She's really, really nice. So tomorrow, when I check in, I don't think I'll be able to check in right away. So I'm gonna leave my bags there because I get there so damn early. And then I'm going to go shopping, and I'm gonna do a bunch of shopping because I didn't do any shopping in LA the last time I was there. I wanna go to Melrose. I wanna go do some vintage clothing shopping, and a bunch of other places I just wanna go do some shopping tomorrow. And like, I really never just go to shop, and like, I kind of like miss a little bit of that, like going to vintage stores, and like, I love vintage clothing shopping. I absolutely love it. So I didn't really see a lot of that while I was out there last time, so I'm gonna look it up tomorrow, and kind of like when I get there, and kind of look at some places and see if there's like several in a certain area. And also reach out to some friends, and then, or some like, my friend's brother that lives there, and Allie, and ask them if they know like where some vintage clothing places are. But that's all I have to do tomorrow. I don't have anything else to do, so I'm gonna like then come back to the hotel. I'm really excited about this, you know, because like I think like it looks like I don't do anything in my days, or like, but that's just really not the case. And like, camera turned off, and me not just making YouTube videos, like, I mean, Alex and I have a business that we run together, and I have a lot of other stuff that I have to do, and there's a lot of stuff. I never just get to like, not never, but like very rarely do I get to just sit and like take a bath, you know, and like do a face mask, and just have like, you know, without like the dogs having to go out, or, you know what I mean? And so that's part of what my plan is going to be. And then I may go out to dinner somewhere by myself tomorrow night. I don't know. Like, I don't have a problem going out to dinner by myself. I rather enjoy it sometimes. So I may go out to dinner by myself, and then come back and like, I've downloaded a bunch of movies. I may watch some movies in the hotel room. Everybody's been asking me to watch Hereditary, so I downloaded Hereditary. I have like literally like 11 movies to watch, and I'm really excited about it. I have Hereditary. What else do I have? Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I can't remember what else. A bunch of movies. I mean, just a bunch. Well, I had movies from like Leftover that I'd never watched, like some horror movie called Truth or Dare. What else do I have? I don't know. So anyway, I have that. So I'm going to do that. And then Tuesday, I am sleeping in, and I'll probably go get breakfast somewhere or something. And then I'm meeting up with the person that I'm going out there to meet up with. And I'll explain more why. It'll make more sense later. But anyway, that was literally the whole purpose of this trip, was for me to go out there. And for that. And then we're going to hang out for a couple hours and stuff, and maybe go grab dinner or something. And then, yeah, that's it. And then Tuesday night, unless, you know, one of my friends opens up, the two girls that are friends with Alex's, that used to live with Alex's best friend, I might meet up with them too. Because he was like, why don't I text, because he texted them in like a group text with all of us and said Peter's going to be back out there, just wanted you guys to know, so he has a contact out there. And they were like real cool about it. And so I might reach out to them and see if they want to have dinner or something. But if not, like, I don't know, go to dinner by myself and kind of walk around and just like see the sights and stuff. I would like to be able to go and see like the stars, and like where they used to have the Oscars at like the Chinese theater and all this kind of stuff. Now here's the thing, okay? Here's the funny story about all of this. And this is part of the Oscar thing. So my trip was supposed to be Sunday through Tuesday. Sunday, Monday, Sunday night, Monday night, and fly back. Yeah, it was supposed to be Sunday through Tuesday, okay? But when I was booking it, the trip was so expensive. I was like, why is this trip so expensive for 2 days? Like, I could not figure it out, right? So I put in Monday through Wednesday, and it was half the price. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, how is it half the price? And so I was like, well, I'm just going to go out there Monday through Wednesday instead of Sunday through Tuesday. And so Alex, when I was telling him, he was like, I thought you were going out there Sunday through Tuesday. And I was like, yeah, but I changed it to Monday through Wednesday. The prices are really high. I don't know why. I'm not thinking at all, right? So we're out to dinner this is like 2 weeks ago. We were out to dinner one night, and I said, by the way, just so y'all know, put this out there in the universe, I have several other people that I'm meeting up with to do videos that don't live in LA. I have some other places that I'm going that I'm really, really excited about. But I can't do all the trips in 1 month, and I have to, you know, save some money and things like that. We're going to Miami and Mexico, so, but I have some other places that I'm going, some other meetups that I'm doing with some people that I'm really excited. I decided that in 2019, this was a goal of mine, that, well, let me finish that part really quick, but, so Alex said to me, I'm really surprised you didn't want to be out there on Sunday night for the Oscars. And I was like, oh, that hadn't even occurred to me that I would be out there the night of the Oscars. And I go, no, because I always watch the Oscars with Tanya, and, you know, like, it just is like a memory of me being at home and whatever. Like, this is all my stupid stuff, right? And he goes, yeah, but you could have, like, you know, whatever. And he goes, it is whatever. And I go, but that's probably why it's so expensive, because people are going to be, you know, flying out right after that, or the hotel rooms or whatever. So then I'm in the car with Tanya, and Tanya goes, why didn't you go out there on Sunday? And I said, well, because of us watching the Oscars and whatever. And she goes, I don't even know that I'm going to be home to watch the Oscars. And she goes, I feel really bad. And I go, excuse me. I said, well, you don't have to feel bad about it. And she said, but she goes, why wouldn't you want to be out there and, like, be outside the theater and, like, watching all of the stars go in and stuff? Okay, this is where I'm real slow sometimes. It had never occurred to me that if I had gone out there on Sunday, I could have stood outside and watched every movie star that I love walk into the Oscars. It did not even occur to me. I didn't even think about it. Had I thought about that, I would be out there right now. Because I live for that. And this was, so maybe next year, that's something I'll do. Maybe next year I'll be at the Oscars accepting my Oscar. You know, that could happen. It could happen. It could happen. Why not? So anyway, but yeah. What did I say before that I was going to say? I don't know what I was going to say. Now I don't remember what I was going to say. It doesn't matter. But, so that's why I'm going out there Monday through Wednesday instead of Sunday through Tuesday. But I'm going to miss my dog so much. I already sat and talked to each one of them and told them how long I'm going to be gone and what they get to sleep all day, and then they're going to be with their dad at night. I had this conversation with each of my dogs. Alex is already asleep. I kissed him goodnight, and he's already given me a list of some things that he would like me to bring him from LA. I'm like, okay. So yeah. Oh, I know what I was going to talk about. You know, 2018 was such an interesting year for me on YouTube. Like, there were some real high highs and there were some real low lows. But it just was a year of learning and growing for me, you know, overall. Like, I haven't really talked a whole lot about this on here lately because it's just very personal and private to me. Like, you know, at some point I might come out and do a video and talk about what I've learned by everything I've gone through, because I've learned a lot, you know, and I've learned a lot about myself and who I want to be going forward, and how being real reactionary doesn't really get me anywhere, and you know, that words hurt people, and, you know, I mean, not that I didn't know these things, but I think I was greatly reminded of them, and I've learned a lot, you know, I really have, and I'm really trying to be a better person, not just on YouTube, not just on social media, but just in my life, you know. I want to be a better version of myself, and I believe that I had to go through the things that I went through to learn some very valuable lessons in my life, and also to prioritize my life, and, you know, what was important to me and things like that, you know, and so, and that being my sobriety first always, because if I'm not sober, I don't have anything else in my life, because it'll all go away. You know, my husband, my dogs, my family, my friends. So having really built that foundation of learning in 2018, I really thought a lot about going into 2019, what I wanted this year to be like for me on YouTube, like what I wanted to do, what I wanted to focus on, and things like that, you know, and like, one of the things is I really want to get back into doing the reviews regularly, if not every day. And it's just like I have got to stick to a structured schedule where I sit down and I film the videos, because I love doing it so much. But by the time I get to like my 4th video of the day, which is the reviews, it's dark outside, it's time to feed the dogs, things like that. And so I get distracted by all of that, and then I just don't put the video up. And now it's been 2 weeks since I posted a video on the review channel, even though I have, like, Alex wanted to take one of the things out of the garage today that I have to review, and I go, no, that's one of my review things. And he goes, well, it's been sitting there since November. And I go, I'm reviewing it, and then you can use it all you want. So, you know, it's like I have all this stuff to review that I want to do, and I wanted to get really creative with that. You know, I don't have any plans to start any new channels or any of that kind of stuff. You know, I have a lot of writing that I want to do. But one of the things that I wanted to do was that, you know, there's much of my life that I live very fear-based, and I just let fear stop me from taking risks in my life or stepping outside of my comfort zone. You know, I really have tried more in the last 5 or 10 years to take more risks, but I still to this day take safe risks, you know? And so going into 2019, especially with YouTube, I was like, I want to step outside my comfort zone. I want to reach out to some people that are interesting to me. You know, I really want to do an interview series on my channel, not just drama, but I want to do an interview series where I interview YouTubers. And I don't want to really, I'm not really concerned about the drama in the interviews. I really have no interest whatsoever in that. I really would like to interview people and do humanistic interviews about who they are and, you know, what got them where they're at today on YouTube and how they got there. That's interesting to me, you know, very much of old school Barbara Walters sit down kind of interview. Like, that's what I want to do. I loved doing it back in the day with the, you know, the website. And, you know, I said something about it in a video and somebody said, oh, well, the people are going to accuse you that you're copying Shane Dawson. I don't see it as being anything close to similar. He does something completely different to me, and he's obviously on a much larger scale than me. I don't compare myself to him on any level. You know, I mean, I just think he's such a creative genius, and he puts these series together. That's not it at all. I literally want to sit in a chair and talk to somebody, you know, and really just find out, like, you know, who they are and to inspire me. You know, because I think that I learn a lot from other people. And so I've reached out to quite a few people, and quite a few people have said yes, and quite a few people have gracefully declined, let's just put it that way. But they've been very nice, they've said, and then there have been some people that it's just, they haven't responded at all. And some people I've just said, I'd like to meet you, you know what I mean? Because if I'm going to be part of this YouTube world, and you know, I was first a fan before I was ever a YouTuber. If I'm going to be part of this YouTube world, I want to meet some of these people. You know what I mean? Like, I want to live the best life possible on YouTube. Like, I want to have fun with it. I want to know some of these people. Like, that's why I went to LA, to meet with the Psychic Twins, to meet with Loey, you know, things like that. The Thomas Halbert thing was kind of a last minute deal, you know, that I reached out to me. He was willing to do it. And one of the things that's cool about that is that, you know, so many people didn't like that I did the video with Thomas, or they didn't like that, whatever. But I will tell you one thing, like, I like texted him and I was like, do you still want to meet up? And he was like, yeah, you know, you and Alex come over, whatever. I'm just sitting around here with my videographer. And I was like, okay. And so we came over there and we were just like sitting there talking for like, you know, half an hour or something. And I said, do you want to film something? And he was like, yeah, and I said, what do you want to do? And he goes, I don't care. We can do whatever you want to do. We can film whatever you want to film. And I said, are you sure? I said, I want to do kind of like a Q&A kind of question kind of thing with you. And he goes, yeah. And, I mean, just to be kind of like so open, I think, to that, you know, I don't find that a lot, I would say, with other YouTubers. If I have done or I do some kind of video with another YouTuber, it's because we've had that conversation and they've been completely open. Because, like, Loey was the same way. She was like, we can do whatever you want to do, you know? Psychic Twins, we can do whatever you want to do, you know? And they reached out to me, actually, but I, like, kind of put that in the universe through Mel, because Mel, like, tweeted, well, I didn't, but Mel tweeted it out, and then I, like, liked it, and they saw it, and then they DM'd me. But I really want to meet a lot of YouTubers. I want to find out what other people do creatively on YouTube, because I really don't know, you know? It's like, it's a weird world to be part of, because, like, you know, and I really got it, like, actually, like, talking to Loie, because Loie knows, like, all of these YouTubers, and she's out there, you know, in the industry. Like, they even kind of, like, call it that and stuff, and, like, I don't feel like I'm in any kind of industry. I feel like I just make videos, you know what I mean? And, I mean, she didn't say it like that, but just sitting there listening to her and her roommate talk, and they go to this party or these people's house, or they go and hang out with these people, and, you know, I'm just like, they literally, like, all the LA, like, YouTubers know each other, right? Well, I'm not part of that world. I'm like this dude that lives in Indiana, and I make videos, and I'm very, like, isolated out here, you know, like, away from all of that, and I want to know more about it. I want to, like, experience that. I don't want to move to LA. I have no desire to move to LA. I mean, we're moving to Florida. I have no desire. Well, not even full time. We're going to keep our place here and go back and forth. But I have no desire to be in LA. I have none, you know. And but it was good for me to go out there and, you know, experience it and see what it's like. And now, like, it's nothing for me to jump on a plane and go out there, you know, for a day or two. And to be honest with you, it's not super expensive either, you know? I mean, especially on a Monday through a Wednesday. And so, like, if an opportunity comes up for me, I can go out there. And a year ago, that was something that I was afraid to do. Like, I didn't trust myself. Oh, it's going to stop. Hold on. But, like, a year ago, I didn't trust myself enough to do that. And I felt like, I don't know how to explain this, how to make it. I felt more like a drama channel and less like a YouTuber. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but, like, I don't feel like now, like, I'm just, I don't know, like, I wish kind of, you know, it's like when I started doing the drama and the drama channel thing, it's like, Drama Channel's got a lot of criticism. They still do. You know, I was watching my video that I did back about Alexis Stone, the second one, on his apology. I was really proud of that video, you know? That was, like, heartfelt for me, and that's who I want to be, doing drama. I don't care about, like, the receipts always and things. The reasons I include them is because I know that they're more interesting to other people to see the reference points in the videos. And, you know, I didn't even do that for a long time until somebody taught me. It was Rich Lux actually taught me how to include the receipts in my videos. I told him that last night. I was like, girl. I said, if he did a music video today, I was so excited for him. I said, Rich, this is your moment. I said, enjoy your moment. Like, we talked last night late. I said, just enjoy it. This is your moment. You've worked so hard for this. He gets so excited about all that stuff, you know, and I was like, enjoy it. Just because he's like, well, I said, enjoy your moment. He just stopped and he was like, you know, thank you. And he was like, thank you, Peter, for saying that. And I was like, you deserve it. You work hard. You work so hard, you know, and I'm so excited for him. So, but, he just texted me not too long ago and said he was finally done. So it took him like 12 hours, but I'm so excited to see his music video that he did. But anyway, you know, like, I was watching, like I said, the Alexis Stone video back, and that, like, that's who I want to be doing all of this. Like, I want to, you know, have my voice come out. I want to do interviews. But, you know, it's interesting because, like, when I started, what was I going to say about all this? Damn it, Rich Lux, you distracted me. When I got into doing drama, nobody wanted to do, I mean, I, like, was resistant to even owning the fact that I was a drama channel at the beginning, if you remember. And then I was, and I didn't mind. And it was really, you know, just a couple of us. And then there was more, and there was more, and there was more, and there was more. And, I think if I would give, like, if I was going to have a conversation with somebody that was starting, like, a drama channel, what I would say is, do you want to be a drama channel or do you want to be a YouTuber? Because that was, like, what's different. Like, for me, I didn't start it because I wanted to be a drama channel. I know people think that, but that it really just happened. I like being a drama channel now. I enjoy it, you know, but But I think today a lot of people start because they want to be a drama channel. I started because I wanted to be a YouTuber. I wanted to do the Q&As. I wanted to do the hauls, of which I don't even do any of that kind of stuff on that channel. You know what I mean? Which is partly why I have so many damn channels. But, you know, I think that's a question, because I think, like, if you just want to be a drama channel and do the gossip and stuff like that, I think it's great. But then I would go into it completely different. You know, I would go into it completely like receipt driven and just constantly throw it out, constantly. I mean, if you had to put up 5 videos a day, put up 5 videos a day. You know what I mean? And be the one that's like, it's like What's the Buck back in the day, you know? Like, he's somebody that I used to watch so much. Like, he really had cornered the market on all that, you know, celebrity YouTube drama for a long time, and then just faded off. But I think that, like, you know, for me, it was never really that I wanted that. It was that I wanted to meet other YouTubers. I wanted to, you know, like, it's interesting, this whole kind of question of, like, you know, social climber, or, you know, wanting somebody's attention. Like, okay, listen, I'm not anybody that will deny that for 1 second. Like, I love watching these people. I'm intrigued with their lives. Yeah, I would love to meet them. Like, that has been from the very beginning. If you go back and watch my very first videos, you know, I would say in there, oh, I'd faint a million faints if I met. I do. That's how I feel. I've never said I wasn't. You know, so when I get an opportunity to meet somebody that I've watched on video, and it's like surreal to me to, like, you know, talk to them on the phone or have the opportunity to meet them, yeah, that's cool to me. It's very cool, you know? Very cool to me. You know, I love it. Every, you know, person I've walked in, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that I'm actually, like, standing here. You know, like, I watch your videos. It's surreal to me, you know? And that was how it all started for me. It really wasn't this wanting to do hard-hitting drama. And I think anybody that watches my channel knows that. I mean, I don't think, like, I'm pulling out the hard-hitting drama. I'm definitely more of a commentary channel. I watch it all go down, and then I just give my commentary on what's going on. I mean, I love the receipt channels. I watch them. I think they're interesting, you know? But it's like, I think with anything, it's not just... I don't think it's just with, like, the drama channels. I think it's with the gaming community, or I think it's with, you know, mommy bloggers or whatever. And it's like, well, what did you start YouTube for? Was it just to make videos? Or, you know, it's interesting, like, when you hear Tyler Oakley's story. So Tyler, we interviewed Tyler for our website years ago. And, you know, I asked him in there, I said, why did you start your channel or something? And he said it was just a way for me. It was like when YouTube had just kind of started. I'd been around for a little while. And he did it as a way to communicate with his friends back home when he was in college. And it just kind of started and took off, you know? And so, like, that's why he started. And I think every once in a while it's important for us to remember, like, why we started what we did, you know? For me, it's always like, whenever I'm, like, in love with something and I'm very intrigued with it, then I want to be part of, like, that niche community. Like, I want to be part of it, and I want to do that. Like, I get excited about it. You know, it's like you go and hear some kind of music at a concert for the first time, and then you want to listen to all of that music, and you want to... Please don't fall again. You want to listen to all of that music, and you want to do, you know, go to more concerts, and you just get real excited about it. You know what I mean? It's, like, similar to that, and it's like your first exposure to all of that. And so, you know what? I want to participate in that in 2019. I want to be part of all of that. The one thing I think is different from, as far as the people that I've met so far, the one thing that's interesting to me about YouTubers versus, like, mainstream celebrities, even when they're on a huge level, is that they by and large are humble. I haven't really met anybody, even Shane Dawson. I just was, like, totally just regular Joe, just sat down there, you know, like, people knew who he was. They saw him, and, like, when we walked out, like, some dude came up with his son and was like, my son wants to get a picture with you, and Shane was like, yeah, sure. I mean, people knew who he was. Like, he got spotted immediately. But, like, like, you wouldn't know that by just like sitting there with them. And I haven't met really anybody yet. I will say I haven't met anybody yet that acts arrogant or any different when you meet them. Chloe, we just literally stood in her kitchen for like an hour and a half and talked. I felt like I was at Tanya's house, you know, with her roommate and her brother in the background, and Alex was sitting on the counter, you know. And then, you know, Thomas Albert's was very similar to that. We all just kind of sat around and talked, you know. And the Psychic Twins, but that was very like a deliberate kind of like business thing. But it's all interesting to me, you know, and I love all of that. And I don't know. I guess it'd be a good question to ask ourselves why we watch YouTube too, you know? It's funny because whenever I recommend a channel to people, I always people are like, well, what do you watch? What do you recommend, you know? And I always recommend Nick and Poncho. I mean, it's my favorite channel of life, and I think still haven't finished all of the videos on there, but I love him about, you know, little Ponchino. I was telling my friend tonight, I said, you know, there's the video, and his videos are so good because they're like 2 minutes long, and he doesn't try to make them something that they're not. I mean, he knows what they are, but they're genius because they're so short, and you can just watch 10 of them in a row. The thing is, I'll watch like a bunch of them, and then I won't come back for like 2 weeks. He hasn't made a video in 3 months. I'm very worried. Very worried. I don't like this whole thing when YouTubers just go away. Like, if I was ever tomorrow just gonna stop my like career, if I was ever gonna just stop doing YouTube tomorrow, like, I would do an announcement video. Like, I would do a last vlog, and I would say, this is my last vlog, I'm not gonna be vlogging anymore, and thank you guys. And I would talk probably about, I'm so weird about that stuff anyway. Can you imagine if I had to do a last vlog? I don't know what that'll be like. I've talked about it on here before. But I would talk about probably all the highlights of the vlog and what I've learned, and shout out a bunch of you that have watched from the beginning and the last year and whatever, you know. I mean, in my main channel, I would do a goodbye video. You know, I mean, I would do that. Like, I wouldn't just leave people hanging. I don't understand that when people are just like, they just all of a sudden stop YouTube, and it's like, you know, what happened? Like, your last video was literally a haul, and now you haven't posted in 2 years. Like, what happened? I don't get that at all. It's sad because we develop a relationship with these people. I guess even to this day, and this is going to sound strange, and I know there's probably some of you out there that are like, yeah, whatever. You know, even though I am a YouTuber, it doesn't feel that way to me. Like, I feel more of like a fan of a YouTuber than I am a YouTuber. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It just doesn't feel real sometimes that you make videos that people watch. It's like you make videos, you upload them, but like, even though you read the comments, it feels very bizarre. And I still feel like a huge fan, like a mega fan of some of these people, you know? So, I'll continue to reach out to people because I love it, and I think it's fun. And it's a world I never thought I would be part of. It's a world I never thought I would be exposed to. And I would tell anybody, you know, chase your dreams, do what makes you, you know, happy, excited, and have fun with it, you know? Why not? Life is too damn short. This is not a dress rehearsal. We have to make the most of it. And that was kind of what I said going into 2019, you know? I'm not stupid. 2019 is going to have its valleys and its mountains as well, you know? I mean, it's going to have its good points and its low points, but I'm going to make the most of it. You know? Why not? You know, I just hear people talk about, like, some of these YouTubers, I always hear them talk about this platform I've been given, which I don't think they really even understand at all what that means. Most of them. But it's like, okay, this platform that you've been given, do I not have any? I thought I had that chapstick in here, that Sunbum chapstick. I don't know, I just wish they got it more, you know? Maybe it's an age thing. But if you've been given this huge platform, go live your best life, you know? It's like one of the things that's really interesting to me, I will say, you don't see it very often, you know, like I know Shane and Rylan went to, like, I don't know where they went, Mexico or somewhere, did they even say? But they were on a beach. And Trisha travels quite a bit, you know? But, like, other than that, Tana Mojo used to travel quite a bit, and Elijah Daniel goes places all the time. You don't see a lot of these YouTubers travel. You know, they're making unbelievable amounts of money. Unbelievable amounts of money, right? And they're literally in their apartments or their houses all the time. Like, you don't see them traveling around the world. I'm like, okay, you're 25. You can film videos from anywhere in the world and upload them and continue to make money off that. Not to mention make money off of something that you love to do. Like, that's, I think that's so missed sometimes, right? Like, it's not just that, you know, like, when I get so tired of hearing about, oh, I have to do my brand sponsorships, or oh, I have to do this, or oh, the AdSense. You are making an income off of doing something that you love. There are people that are, I mean, working out there every day. Even when I was working in treatment, I loved working in treatment. You know, I loved that. There are people that are out there every day, busting their asses, working 12-hour days, if not more, doing things they don't want to do to pay their bills. And people are complaining about getting to do something they love and making hundreds of thousands of dollars off of it. I have very low sympathy for that. So, but I just don't understand why there aren't more people that are like, I'm not talking about travel vloggers, you know, I'm talking about just YouTubers that are like, hey, I'm gonna travel and go to here or go to there. Joey Graceffa and his boyfriend, they actually, and Daniel Prada, they do travel a lot. There's somebody that do, but a lot of them don't, you know, and it's just like, why are you not taking more opportunities? I feel like there's quite a few of them that just sit around and don't really go anywhere, you know? I'm like, do you realize this is like the time of your life? Well, screw it. I'm 46 years old and this is the time of my life and I'm going to live it. And every year from here on out, going out is going to be the year of my life, you know? That's how you have to live it. To the best time of your life. This vlog went in a completely different direction than I ever imagined it was because, number one, I hadn't planned on telling y'all that I was going to LA today. But I love being able to do YouTube. I love being able to make videos. You know, I'm not stupid. I know that the videos I make are not highly super creative or edited or whatever, and if I really wanted to sit down, and I'm a creative enough person that I could do that, you know, and come up with some great concepts, but I can't edit to save my life, and I love what I get to do. I love that I get to sit down and make videos and that people connect with them on some level, and I feel honored. I feel it's such a privilege, you know, the messages that you guys leave me and the comments and things, and just, you know, liking my video. Please like my video again. Thank you. But, you know, just all of that is just, it's surreal. It's absolutely surreal. And it's fun and cool, you know? And, I don't want to take it for granted. So I'm excited about this trip, but I'm nervous too. I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. I think it'll be good for me to go on one trip without Alex, and then I'll be like, okay, you know, got that out of the way. So yeah, as you're watching this, I'm in LA. All right, you guys, listen, I think I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna head home, and I have to pull my stuff out of the dryer and pack. So the reason that I slept earlier was because I'm gonna stay up, because if I fall asleep anytime soon, I'm afraid I'll oversleep and miss my flight, which I've never missed a flight, so I don't wanna do that. And yeah, that's about it. And I'm gonna go home. I don't have to pack a whole lot because I'm just taking casual clothes this time, so there's nothing I have to. I'm taking a pair of boots and my Sperry's I'm gonna wear, and I'm gonna take a pair of jeans and a shirt, and it's gonna be real laid back this trip. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This vlog means so much to me, and I don't know, I just was reading the comments earlier while I was getting ready to do my, what do you call it? I was sitting there reading comments, and I was like, you guys are just leaving, you're so kind and you're so nice, and I just want to say I appreciate it so much, and you know, it means the world to me, so thank you so much. And I was reading the comments before I was getting ready to go on my, what do you call it, live stream for BookTube, or book club. But anyway, that thought was going to stay in there if I didn't get it out. Are you guys like that? So yeah, so anyway, but I was sitting there reading the comments, and I like went in there and I like tried to like a lot of the comments and stuff before I went on, but it just means a lot to me, and I really, really appreciate it. And until next time when I'm in LA, I'm probably going to record on the way to going to the airport, so that will probably be the next thing that you guys see. So anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you in LA. Bye. Okay, one last thing I want to say this, because I think it was Andrea that said this in my comment section, and it meant so much to me, that she said that she doesn't hear it from anybody else, and so it means a lot when I say it every day. And it's something that a friend of mine in sobriety says to me every time I see her, and that's why I say it on here, is that if you haven't heard it from anybody else today, I love you. And have an amazing day, unless you have other plans. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.